Welcome, I am Zoe. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Tarot in Paris with Zoe. This is a reading for the collective. It is for all astrological signs. It is timeless. When you get to this reading, that is when the timing begins for you. There'll definitely be messages here for you. Certainly you will be the decision maker as to what resonates with you, and you'll decide what messages you're going to claim. Leave behind what messages do not resonate with you. And we're going to be pulling, I'm going to be pulling oracle cards, as well as tarot cards and a silver charm for you for additional messages. So let's see, what messages do we need to share that will be helpful to people? Okay, thank you. Set that on the cards. Soulmates, wow, okay. So I'm being told this is going to be a romantic reading. I'm also being told that everyone is your soulmate, meaning I'm your soulmate, you're my soulmate, we're all soulmates. That is definitely a different belief than some humans believe, right? That's just what I'm being told. I'm here to share the messages that I get. For this reading, this is talking about you and another person in your life. It's a romantic situation. For one group of you, it is someone that you have just met. For another group, it's someone you're about to meet. And for others of you, it's someone you met a little bit ago or further into the past. And there's a fourth group of you that it's someone way in the past of this lifetime. So this reading is about what's going on with you and this soulmate. And I'm hearing that, and this is definitely something that's been going on in the collective in general, and for you, is that there's been this place you've gone to in your mind of you're really evaluating what you need in a romantic situation, or in not just what you desire. And I'm hearing that some of you are revealing to yourself that when you met this person, you had a different set. You were really coming from a place of what you desire and less of what you need. You didn't know yourself as well. And I don't mean that as any excuse me. I don't mean to offend anyone. I would never. What I'm hearing is it's more that self-knowledge comes with time, and who, by the way, who you were. I'm being asked to use myself as an example. Who I was a day ago, even an hour ago, I'm not that same person. I have the same values and the same principles, all of that stays the same, but yet I'm really evolving and evolving very quickly. That doesn't make me better or worse than anyone. It's just that that's true for a good amount of people. And it's just that we don't always take the time to realize that, but you are realizing that. You're realizing like, hey, this is one example for some of you. I met this person a decade ago, or I met this person 3 days ago, or I met this person 4 weeks ago. And when I met them, I was very much coming from desires, and I wasn't very clear on what my needs are. So this is a cue for you to get clear on what your needs are, for you to be with another person. Whether you want to just date the person, whether you just want companionship, whether you want to form a long-term relationship, whether you want to become married, whatever the dynamic is for you, the message is about you getting very clear on what you need. And this is not about having 60 pages of deal breakers. Okay, it can't be. We're talking about humans here, right? We're talking about spiritual beings, yet we're here in human form here on Earth School. So that's what this theme is about. You becoming very clear on what you need, not just what you desire. And I'm being asked to say that is something that it would be very valuable for you to look at all areas of your life. Like, what do you need from yourself? What do you need in your work life if you choose to work? What do you need in your family life if you have co-created a family, no matter if it's 2 people or more, etc. Okay, so I'm going to pull another card. It's going to be a tarot card, and then I'm going to get a silver charm for you, and then additional tarot cards as well as oracle. Okay, oracle cards. What other messages would be very... Okay, thank you so much. The moon. Okay. Wow. Okay. So the moon card in your reading right now is talking about you really taking a deep dive into your intuition. That's what's going to teach you what you need right now. So it may require meditation, journaling, whether you talk into your phone and record it for your ears only, and just without editing, just speak. You know, it's really about you not editing and seeing what's coming out of your intuition. Whether you pray on it, whatever works for you, you'll find the tool. This is important, though, to get really clear on what your needs are. What's also interesting is, of all the creatures in this card, I'm being told to really look at this crab here. And there's many reasons, by the way, that there's a crab on this card. There's many symbolic reasons. What I'm being asked to talk about is crabs move sideways. And what's really interesting about this theme about you getting very clear on what your needs are, not just your desires, is when you walk through this, it may not feel like you're moving straight. And you're not moving backwards. It's going to feel like you're moving sideways. In other words, even though this is going to be a big revelation for you, which is great, it's a huge gift, it may feel uncomfortable. You may be like, whoa, all this time I've been thinking that these were my needs, these were my desires, and I've confused them with needs, when actually they're two separate things. So you're almost going to feel like you're walking sideways. You'll understand when you go through this process. Walking sideways, figuratively, not literally, okay? Fascinating. All right, let's get you a silver charm for more messages. I'm going to close my eyes whilst, oh wow, this came into my fingers like very quickly. Okay, bee, how beautiful is this? So a bee, let me hold it like this so you can really see it. So this silver charm is a bee. And I'm being told it's a honeybee. I don't know the difference of all the varieties of bees. I don't even know, actually, I'm kind of embarrassed if all bees produce honey. I believe they do, I don't know. But the point of in the reading is about this bee is that it's bringing you a spiritual message. Bees symbolize, through history, in art, and they have a lot of meanings to the symbol of bee, is that bringing a spiritual message. And so this is going to feel almost spiritual experience for some of you, getting this realization through your intuition about what you need, not just what you desire in your life, okay? So also, it was pertinent that I was told that this is a honeybee, because this is going to bring you a sweetness. It's going to bring you a sweetness. At first, it may feel uncomfortable because you're going to be really surprised. But then the realization is so freeing for you, because you're going to get to know yourself better, who you are now. Not who you were 5 days ago, not who you were 5 years ago, not who you were maybe 50 years ago. Doesn't matter. Those are just numbers, right? But you get the point. So this is going to bring sweet honey to you, this realization. Beautiful. Okay, let's get another tarot card. Excuse me. What other messages, please? Thank you again for joining me. I'm Zoe. This is Tarot in Paris with Zoe. Please do like and subscribe to this channel. We can move forward together. Definitely give a thumbs up to any and all videos that you really enjoy, that are meaningful to you in any way. And leave any comments that you want. Okay, what other message? Thank you so much. Ah, fascinating. King of Cups. Okay, so traditionally, and it does happen in this card too, it is depicted also in this card. What's interesting about the King of Cups card is, and you'll see it in this card as well, it's less pronounced in this card, yet it's still very pertinent to your reading. The King of Cups is a master of his emotions. And when I say his, as you know in my channel, the pronouns are interchangeable, whether you go by he, she, or they. Just identify with how you identify, okay, of course. So you'll see this King of Cups on this card is on, his throne is on a very, very, very strong rock. And around the rock are all these waves, these ferocious waves. Yet you'll notice there's nothing, none of the waves are getting his robes damp. He's unaffected. Excuse me, it's so interesting. These messages today apparently are very emotional for you, or many of you, because my throat chakra keeps getting congested, and that's definitely a way that I'm shown messages for people. So let me just clear my throat chakra. Okay, now that the message has been delivered, it's clear. Okay, so the King of Cups, thank you. The King of Cups is unaffected by that. So what's going to happen is when you have this realization about, what do you need versus what you desire. And by the way, that doesn't mean you should throw out your desires. Not, of course not. It's more important, though, for you to be driven by your needs, because needs are needs. Desires are just desires, right? For you to make choices from your needs, not just your desires, because desires can be fleeting and desires can change. Needs can also change, yet there's usually a very common thread because they're based on your values and what you want and is meaningful in your life, okay? So, though those can change in the seasons of your life, I'm being told to add more. Yes, it's just that right now it's important for you to take this exercise of discerning between your needs and your desires and getting very clear on your needs. He's unaffected by these emotions. So when you have this realization, it's going to be very freeing for you. And it's almost going to be like, okay, now I'm not being ruled so much by emotions, because when we're in the thick of our desires, as you know, it's very emotional. Like we're rocking all over the place. One moment our desire is this, one moment it's that. We're like, it's almost chaotic experience. And it can be both in your inner world and your outer world. Yet when you're in the stance of the King of Cups energy, you're solid in, okay, I know what my needs are. I'm not ruled by all my fleeting different desires that might be shifting very rapidly. And that's what this card is telling you, okay? Beautiful. Okay, so now let's get, what else do we want to share? We are going to get a animal spirit card for you. What other messages do we have, please? Okay, this card, this card. Okay, so there's two cards, but sometimes I'm told, is that two? Sometimes I'm told to share both. I'm only told to share the one on the bottom. Cat spirit, claim your independence. Okay, so what's interesting is this is saying claim your independence because when you were ruled so much by your emotions that kept shifting all over the place, it was more challenging for you to feel grounded and centered, and you became more dependent on what other people did. It's important for us when we're in relationship to be interdependent, not fully dependent necessarily on someone. If we're fully dependent on someone for how we feel, that's not very healthy for us, right? We're independent individual, and our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings are ours. And there's been a little confusion for some of you between your emotions, feelings, and thoughts with the person you're involved with. And that can happen, like when you're very close to someone sometimes, and if you are a person of great empathy, sometimes your experience is their emotions when it's not anything to do with you, right? You're so close, you're feeling their emotions, you're empathetic, but they're not yours. So you need to get back into you being close with this person if you are in that type of relationship, yet still being you, not losing yourself, not losing who you are, your needs, and separating your needs and desires. So thank you again for joining me. Again, I'm Zoe. This is Tarot in Paris with Zoe. Take care. I'll see you soon, and many blessings.